Hello, and welcome to V&I Nation. My name is Alex, and today I'm going to be talking about some Netflix TV shows that I'm currently watching. With this coronavirus going on and the quarantine that has since ensued, people have had a lot of time on their hands, and maybe they're starting to run out of shows, or shows that they know of. So I'm going to talk about some of the shows I'm currently watching, and maybe you'll want to give them a chance as well. I'm going to start off today by talking about Into the Badlands, which is an AMC series that spans 3 seasons on Netflix. And frankly, it's amazing. It's got a riveting love story as well as an interesting plot, and a little bit of everything for everyone. It's got kind of a sci-fi theme, as well as a little bit of magic, and a little bit of steampunk. It's got some of the best fight scenes I've seen in any television show, as well as, frankly, some interesting character development that spans across the seasons, so you really get to know the characters. I love it, and I'm still trying to get Titus to watch it. With that being said, let's move right on to our next one. Give me one moment. My computer fell asleep. Yes. The next one is a show that Titus and I have both watched and we have both enjoyed. I've seen it, here and there, and he decided to binge the whole thing at once. And that show is Lucifer, which, if you haven't guessed already, is about the devil, who decides to take a vacation to Earth and become an assistant to a detective and fight crime. It's rather interesting and kind of shows you a perspective of Lucifer that you might not have seen before. He's very charismatic and very smooth, but he doesn't force people to do things. That's something he makes very clear. And throughout the series, he's extremely honest that he is the devil, although whether or not people believe him is an entirely different story. With that being said, I'm going to move on to another supernatural thriller, and that would be Sabrina. And the new one is The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, I believe. It also just had a new season come out, and it's obviously about Sabrina the Teenage Witch. However, the original series kind of took it to a very lighthearted and almost comedic value. This one has decidedly not done that. It is a very dark show with a lot of Satanism and Dark Lord overtones, but it is fascinating and very good. You see a lot of character development in this show, as well as the characters grow and become better and different people. By the time you get to season 3, it's very intense, and I don't want to ruin it for you. But it is definitely worth a watch. With that being said, there's the classic that's been on Netflix for quite a while, and that is The Ranch. As I'm sure many of you know, it's got Ashton Kutcher, I think his name is, as well as a pretty heavy cast from That 70s Show. And it has a lot of pretty dry and adult humor. It's got a lot of dark humor as well. It's about the 2 boys and their father who work on a ranch. One of them is a failed football star, and the other stayed on the ranch and worked there for years. And it's pretty good. It's definitely not, grade A as far as character development goes, but it does start to take a serious turn in later seasons, and you do see some character growth from basically every character. Although the character named Rooster is kind of the same throughout. He's kind of your constant throughout the entire show. Same with the father. With that being said, we move on to yet another rather old show called The Originals. The Originals is a fantastic series on Netflix, and it was originally on the CW. It is a spin-off of The Vampire Diaries, a show I was never able to get into. However, The Originals covers the story of the original vampires and how they were created and their journey through the, 1,000 years they've existed. It's a extremely good series. My favorite character is Niklaus, who is also a werewolf as well as one of the first vampires, and he's called a hybrid. It gets kind of complicated with the mythology part of it, but it does have a solid amount of character growth once again, as well as a good love story for, you know, the guys wanting to see a little bit of violence and the ladies who want to see a little bit of love. It's the perfect show to watch with your significant other. And with that being said, if you really have nothing better to do with your time, there is always the option of trying to get through Supernatural. Supernatural has it all. They have vampires, werewolves, everything supernatural. And with that being said, it's about two brothers who hunt the supernatural and take care of them so that you don't ever have to hear or worry about them. It's very long and it is always interesting. One of the good things about it is you can watch like a single season and you don't necessarily need to continue. The show sets itself up so that it can continue, but it's not necessary. I would say that the series probably should have ended after season 9 or so, but they kept it going, and I still haven't fully caught up on it, but as I have the time that permits, I do what I can. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. As you guys know, we do have a competition going on. When we get to our 100th subscriber, we are going to be giving away a piece of free merch to that subscriber, as well as a free hoodie to the person who has commented on the most videos up to that point. So go ahead and go watch our other videos as well if you want to be in the running for this awesome hoodie, which Titus has shown you guys multiple times. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because otherwise, what are you guys even doing? And once again, thank you. This has been Vietnam Nation. Thank you, and goodbye.